What is time? Is the difference between the past, present and future just an illusory feeling that is deeply ingrained in the subconscious? Why does time always move towards the future? Does time have a beginning and an end? This video will help us find the answer. What time is it now? Perhaps anyone can answer this question. Time flies by, day and night come, light and darkness intertwine. Everyone feels very familiar with time, but if we go back a bit to ask what time is, probably a lot of people will feel confused. From time immemorial, people have invented methods and tools to measure and calculate time, from hourglasses, sundials, celestial locators, to mechanical clocks, quartz watches, etc. Time measuring devices have increasingly high accuracy. Today, the International Organization of Legal Metrology has developed a method that uses the frequency of cesium oscillations to measure time. As a result, the cesium atomic clock of the National Metrology Institute USA has become the most accurate time measuring instrument in the world, perhaps a second wrong in 100 million years. But no matter how precise the measurement of time is, it cannot touch the nature of time. Even if all the clocks in the world stopped working, time would still go by without stopping for a second. Time is like a stream that never stops flowing, each moment passing very quickly. The movement of time always seems to be moving in one direction, that is the future. It can neither pause nor reverse. Time is money, gold, and silver can't buy time. This accurately describes the once-in-a-lifetime preciousness of time. So what is time after all? Scientists were helpless to exclaim, "We have not fully understood any aspect of time." According to Newton, time is an eternal property of the universe. Time always passes at a constant rate, and is not changed by anything. Newton's descriptions of time fit well with intuitive human experiences. However, Einstein pointed out that such a description is still inaccurate. Einstein discovered that time can move with different velocities, that is, there is no such thing as a universal standard time, and that there are different times in the universe. Specifically, everyone has their own time, everyone's time works at a different speed. Einstein's discovery completely disrupted Newton's interpretation of the real world and completely overturned our intuitive perceptions of time. Einstein discovered that there was an extremely subtle and profound connection between the displacement of space and the movement of time. Simply put, as the speed of movement in space increases, the rate of time travel decreases. This finding has shown that the movement of time for each person is different, but this difference has an extremely small manifestation in our daily lives. But for the global positioning system widely used today, it has a very clear impact. Since the satellites of the system travel at very high speeds, it is necessary to consider the effect of time on the high-speed movement of the satellites, otherwise it will lead to errors throughout the system. Time dilation is real and not just the subjective opinion of some crazy mathematician. Not only does speed make time expand, but Einstein discovered that gravity can also slow down time. Einstein linked time with space to create the concept of a four-dimensional space world, referred to as spacetime. He discovered that objects with maximum mass can bend the spacetime and make a huge difference. It not only warps space, it also warps time. Because spacetime is bent, the same 30-story building has a different time on the lowest floor than on the top floor. The time in the lowest layer can be slightly slower, although this difference in time is very small but still can be measured. In the four-dimensional world of spacetime, each moving individual has a different time or moment. If you capture all the events in the entire universe that happen in the blink of an eye and then assemble them into a moving picture, because each moving individual has a different time or moment, you will find there is a past, present and future existence in this picture. As Einstein said, the difference among the past, present and future is only a kind of illusion deeply rooted in the subconscious mind. In the book The End of Time, the author argues that time does not exist. The feeling of time passing is created by our brain when it processes the image. Every moment, every second has existed. This is the result of time research by modern scientists. It seems that everyone's efforts and decisions, even the results achieved by each person, are already predetermined. And since 13.7 billion years ago, when the universe began to form, it was already predetermined. Is it really so? Is the passage of time that we actually feel just an illusion? Based on this perception of time, time machines don't just exist in sci-fi movies. Scientists are discussing how to make time travel back to the past or to the future. Scientists have sketched a picture of how time passes with two types of assumptions. The first is to take advantage of the unique properties of gravity, based on general relativity. If the force of gravity is stronger, time will pass more slowly. Black holes are formed when a mega crystal is turned off and it has a very strong gravitational pull. If it is possible to travel into a black hole with a short time of about 1 to 2 hours, then on Earth many decades have passed. So when returning to Earth, it is entering the Earth of the future. The second method is to take advantage of the wormhole or Einstein-Rosen bridge. This wormhole is like a shortcut of time-space. It can link a part of time-space with earlier space-time, like a passage through time. Just by entering the wormhole, you can return to the past. Scientists are still discussing that this type of time travel can lead to contradictions. For example, that you can meet your past self or history can be changed. In fact, the passage of time is just a scientific fiction. Spring, summer, autumn, winter, for seasons change. Our experiences have told us that time can only always move forward. Why does time always look to the future? Can it go back to the past? The laws of physics are used to describe the mathematical equations of all things. All the equations used to describe the universe we can perceive around us, none describe the direction in which time moves. Whether time moves forward or backward, these equations remain unaffected. That is, from a physics perspective, time can be reversed, but from reality, time cannot be reversed. To explain this phenomenon, scientists have used the Boltzmann equation to explain the meaning of the microstatistical equation entropy. The entropy equation is a measure of the probability that a system can enter a dynamic state in a state, often referred to as clutter or disorder expressed in a system. The Boltzmann equation tells us that all things in the universe tend to change from an ordered state to a disordered state. This change tends to increase with the passage of time. The direction of time determines the trend of nature. As time goes on, matter becomes more and more chaotic. Based on the Big Bang theory, in the very short time before the Big Bang, the entropy is very low order. When the Big Bang occurred, the entropies were highly ordered, which is perhaps the most ordered of all phenomena. Everything that happened after the Big Bang gradually turned into chaos. In other words, it was the Big Bang that determined the direction of the passage of time. So all events that followed were probably under the influence of some kind of repulsion, making it more chaotic than it was 13.7 billion years ago. Does this mean that the beginning of time probably began in the moment of the Big Bang? Does time also have an end? Modern science holds that the reason time can only move forward and is not because the Big Bang turned everything orderly into disorder. Actually, that's not the case. Everything in the universe is governed by the cosmic law. Falun Gong or Falun Dafa tells us that our current universe is birth, growth, decay, death, and zero, and that these 5 stages cannot be reversed, cannot be changed, and cannot be changed. However, it does not stop repeating. When the universe enters the zero phase, the time of this universe also ends, a new cycle begins, and a new time also begins. Experimental science always perceives a phenomenon from its outward appearance, but does not understand the essence behind it. Experimental science observed evidence of a Big Bang before this universe of ours, and then assumed that our universe was born from the Big Bang. The Big Bang also became the starting point of our time in this universe. In fact, the Big Bang that modern science observes is the end of the old universe, that is, the end of time of the previous universe. The above was all perceptions of modern science about time. So is time really just an illusion? Do past, present, and future really coexist? Does time really have an end? Please leave a comment about your thoughts below this video.
Thank you for watching our video. To support our channel to make more interesting videos, please like and subscribe to Ask K-Pop Entertainment channel. Bye, and see you in the next videos.